I'm live. Hello, guys. Good morning. Obviously, it's January 15th, and you're here with me. And I want to share a very interesting thing as the observer of my reality and from this weekend experience. So, this weekend I had a premiere here in Miami with Amy, and I made a great work, and it was a very intense time, and it really was well received, and I got really amazing compliments, and I felt really accomplished and good about everything that was going on, and people were showering me with compliments, and as I observed, I'm in the moment, and I'm observing this mind and these experiences, and relating always to the moment, and taking that observer effect and stepping back and feeling these experiences that I'm having, and everything is rising and falling. But what I'm trying to say basically is that I observe it. It's like I know that this this feeling of succeeding, or feeling, um, how can you say, validated, or feeling that I feel great, and that I feel like the ego can feel so like I'm somebody, and I'm great at what I'm doing, and this I did it, and people are always going to love me now for it, and they yeah, they just love my work. And I was offered possibilities with other companies, and you know this is can be so overwhelming and so like intoxicating, and it can like really, again, take me and make me feel this feeling of joy, and other than that, it can make me feel like I'm somebody, and that I have not only something I can offer, or that something somebody wants. And but I know, like, as I observe this, I'm watching this thing, enjoying it, and I'm talking about this personality and this ego enjoying it, and the riches of succeeding, and feeling that you're like almost, it, oddly enough, that you can feel this feeling of superiority, like, you know I'm, yeah, look at me, look at me, look at me, and all these things. But this is temporary, because the mind and the thought patterns rise and fall, and they have it has its own agenda. And I know that this temporary success, which I feel good, and I felt good in my skin, and that it arises, and that I know that success is part of the experience of life here on earth, and that failure is also part of that, as I observe it. So I'm not overwhelmed, and I feel like somebody, and that my ego is being stroked, and there's this feeling, and it really likes that, and it really feels very good in my skin. It feels mm, important, and it feels like, you know um, it feels great, if you know what I mean. It just feels like I'm just like this talented, amazing person. But as I observe it again, like I said, it, I go back into my life again today, and I go back home, and this feeling of success is going to rise, and it can stay with me for a while, and I'm feeling it today. But I can tell you that, you know, I still shit, and I still have to wipe my butt, you know what I mean? Not, it to be funny, because everything is these constructs, these mental constructs that are rising and falling, are like, part of the experience of being human here. So there's no attachment as it rises, and I follow it, and I feel it, and I feel good, and feel good in my in my ego, that it's temporary. And so by observing that and recognizing that it is so part of the a part of the play and the big game here in the mind, and the mind will not let you have that for a long time, because then I can have the feeling of annoyance, and if I attach to that ego feeling that I shouldn't be having these feelings, you know, so but the feelings uh, or the thoughts of this experience this weekend will subside, and they will change, and I'm to back into my daily life and going on and just feeling my feelings and recognizing my thought patterns, and knowing that, one minute it can be feel amazing, and another minute it can feel like, you know why isn't everybody calling me, and why, or eh, do you understand the trap that happens here with all of us, because we are all the same, and nobody feels superior and wonderful all the time. It's just not possible. The mind has a different agenda, and that agenda is to bring you up, bring you down, throw you sideways, throw you lopsided. It's going to have its way, and its constant constant thing. But I'm telling you here that there's a possibility, and the secret of authentic success is recognizing this roller coaster, and recognizing that it will redefine itself, and that if you get attached to any of that, negative or positive experiences, and you label and judge them all, and you feel a feeling of so-called superiority, or that validates your existence, and that it's going to be permanent, you're in for a rude awakening. And I'm here to share that with you, because I'll tell you, it's for a lot of people, they can perceive me as being extremely successful and never having any kind of problems or challenges, or, like, because I ask only of myself to experience these things, and to allow those things and those mental constructs to rise and fall, and to know that it's not permanent. Nothing is permanent. And as I observe this, I find in that this, I don't follow that roller coaster, even when it feels positive. Of course, it feels great, and it feels wonderful to have succeeded at something, and to revel in, like, knowing that I've created something, and something I think in my heart, that I think it's really, really amazing, like an amazing piece that I've done, and um, and that I did in a short amount of time, and I know that I have channeled this work, and that how I did it, and I listened, and I think more and more and more I speak the truth, about, about all of that, and about the impermanence of these constructs that are rising and falling, and knowing that it's not permanent. And I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of people that are joy junkies, and feeling superior, like, all the time, and it's like in the sense of, like, ego, and that, their shit don't stink, and that they are the most amazing thing, and the best thing since sliced bread. Do you know what I mean? And I can feel that. I could feel that when I've succeeded in the past, and then when I fail, and because I take a risk, I take a risk in what I'm doing, always, and I'm becoming accustomed to that. But I don't label it because I feel like I have to learn. So there's no um, people pleasing and pleasing of myself. Watching this constant thing is the gift, and it's the best feeling. And this is what I can share, and this is what I know from my time here in this experience. Mm, I can be good to myself, and I can feel myself um, by knowing that I don't have to attach to any kind of any feelings that make me feel inflated or um, make me feel like I'm never gonna fall again. Because if you wanna succeed in your life, that this for me is success. And I know that if I want to learn something new, I've got to take a risk, and I'm gonna find that and learn about myself and not be concerned about what everybody thinks about this, even if they think, oh, it's so great and it's amazing and they want you to do this and you're going to make it's just not, nothing's final. And I'm just here to share that with you today. And because you can alleviate, you can get rid of this irrational suffering that you attach to these experiences, because that's not the that's not this journey of life that is important. Being good to yourself and recognizing that all of this is a play. It is just a play of the stream of events that are rising and falling, and like it doesn't last forever. My connection with myself and the feelings that I have are mine, but my thoughts are not. And thoughts produce feelings. And so it's just one my feeling of success. So it's 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 beautiful. I wish you a beautiful day and much success in your life, and enjoying the ride. Enjoy the ride. Be kind to yourself and love each other and respect each other, and compassion, and knowing all this is just good. And so I hope you understand, and if you don't, well, you don't.